AnnyeongBuzz, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the hottest K-pop news, share thoughts, and have fun conversations together. You already know, this is not just me talking at you, but us hanging out and reacting together. So grab a drink, sit back, and let's get into today's story. So recently Twice's Jihyo has gone viral again, and not for singing, not for performing on stage, but this time for a gym video with Chaeyoung. Yeah, I know, the leader of Twice is always in the spotlight, but this one feels a little different because it stirred up such a wide range of reactions online. Here's what happened. Chaeyoung, wanting to improve her stamina and fitness, brought Jihyo along as her gym buddy. They started off with stretches, then hopped onto the Stairmaster for a quick 5 minutes. From there, they worked on some strength exercises like the shoulder press, the hip abductor machine, and eventually the one that really blew up, hip thrusts. Now the clip of Jihyo doing hip thrusts went massively viral. We're talking over 14 million views floating around on social media right now. And let's be real, part of the attention came from the fact that Jihyo looked powerful and yes, undeniably attractive while doing the exercise. A lot of fans were hyping her up, calling her a true muscle queen. But then the other side of the conversation started. Some people noticed her form wasn't exactly on point. If you know anything about weight training, form is everything. And according to fitness enthusiasts who chimed in, arching your spine and not tucking your chin properly can actually increase the risk of injury. That critique caught fire quickly, with people warning fans not to replicate what they saw in the video. And that brings up an interesting conversation, because on one hand, Jihyo is inspiring people to work out, but on the other hand, she might unintentionally spread bad form if viewers copy her movements. Another criticism that came up was about the machine itself. Fans pointed out there were no weights loaded onto it, while Jihyo was demonstrating the hip thrusts. Considering she's known for being a frequent gym goer and carrying the muscle queen image, a lot of people expected her to show some heavier reps. That sparked debate. Was she just demoing casually for the video? Was it more about supporting Chaeyoung than actually showing off her strength? Or does this challenge her fitness queen reputation just a little? Personally, I think this is one of those cases where people might be reading a bit too much into it. If you've ever worked out with a friend who's just starting, you know sometimes it's more about keeping things light and encouraging rather than maxing out the weights. I mean, do you really want to go all beast mode when your friend is just trying to get comfortable with the basics? Probably not. And honestly, I respect that Jihyo was there more as a motivator than to prove her fitness to the world. But here's where I want to hear from you. Do you think the criticism about her form is fair? Should idols who are role models be extra careful when showing fitness routines, since millions of people might copy them? Or do you see it more as a casual clip between two friends that just happened to go viral? And then there's the other angle. Do you care that Jihyo didn't add weights for the hip thrusts? Or do you think people are nitpicking too much? Because for me, I don't see it as a big deal. At the end of the day, it's not like Jihyo was uploading a professional workout tutorial. It was just a fun moment with Chaeyoung. But the internet being the internet, of course, everyone had to dissect it. I think this story also highlights how idols live under such a magnifying glass. Every little thing they do gets turned into a discussion, whether it's about fashion, fitness, or even just hanging out. Sometimes I wonder if idols can ever just exist without the world analyzing them. But then again, that's part of the deal when you're in K-pop, right? Massive visibility, massive scrutiny. What I find cool, though, is how Jihyo continues to break the typical idol mold. Instead of just being praised for being slim or stage ready, she's built an identity around being strong, powerful, and athletic. That in itself is a big deal in an industry that has historically put pressure on idols to stay super thin. So even if her form wasn't perfect in that clip, she's still encouraging fans, especially younger ones, to view fitness and strength as beautiful, not just weight loss. So let's chat about it in the comments. If you're into working out, what do you think of her form? And if you're not, do you think the criticism is too harsh? Or do you agree that idols have a responsibility to model safe habits when they're being watched by millions? Now, shifting gears to another hot topic making waves right now, Kwon Eunbi and her recent birthday event photos. If you missed it, let me catch you up. Eunbi uploaded some pictures from her birthday celebration on her official account, but almost as quickly as they went up, they were deleted. And of course, once something hits the internet, it spreads like wildfire. Those photos are everywhere now, especially among Korean X users. So, what was in these pictures that stirred up so much debate? Well, the shots showed Eunbi standing in front of a small group of fans. Nothing unusual at first glance, until people zoomed in on the crowd. The overwhelming majority of the audience was made up of older male fans. And immediately, the comments started rolling in. Some netizens framed it almost like Eunbi was sending out a signal. They said things like, "Was this her cry for help? Did she post the photos to show how serious the situation is?" That idea gained traction because it connects back to her image shift after the Waterbomb performances, which really boosted her popularity among male audiences. People started joking that this wasn't just a birthday event. It was almost like Eunbi trying to say, "Look, this is what my fandom looks like now." Others took it in a lighter tone, joking about how funny it was that the photos got deleted so quickly. Almost as if her team realized right away how this would look online and decided to backtrack. But by then, it was already too late. Screenshots were circulating everywhere. What I found interesting, though, were the comments from female fans. Some pointed out how tough it must be for the few women in the audience who were stuck between all those male fans. One user even said, "Respect to those girls. It must be so uncomfortable." That comment hit me because it shows the fandom dynamics aren't just about Eunbi. It's about how fans interact with each other and how the vibe of an event can change depending on who dominates the crowd. But of course, not everyone sympathized. Another group of netizens argued that this was all self-inflicted. Their point was, Eunbi was the one who leaned into the Waterbomb performances, embraced that image, and built a fan base that leaned heavily male. So, if she's now uncomfortable with it, or if the optics look weird, that's a consequence of her own choices. Some even said that female fans left the fandom precisely because of how Eunbi's public image shifted. And this is where it gets complicated. On one hand, Eunbi is an artist who has every right to pursue the stages and concepts she wants. If she thrived at Waterbomb and gained attention, that's a success story in itself. But on the other hand, public perception is something an idol can never fully control. Once you become known for a certain image, it's hard to shake, and fans, both current and former, will always have opinions about it. Personally, I think this whole debate shows just how much scrutiny idols are under for even the simplest things. I mean, think about it. It was just a birthday event photo. Most idols could upload something like that, and it would be seen as nothing more than fan service. But because it's Eunbi, and because of her reputation after Waterbomb, the photos turned into this entire conversation about gender balance in her fandom and whether her image is problematic or powerful. So, let me throw the question to you. Do you think Eunbi knew what she was doing when she uploaded the photos? Almost like making a statement? Or was it just an innocent post that backfired because people read too much into it? And beyond that, how much responsibility do you think idols have in managing the makeup of their fandoms? Is it fair to say she brought this on herself? Or is that just another example of netizens projecting too much onto idols? Personally, I lean toward the latter. I think fans sometimes forget that idols are also just people. Maybe Eunbi just wanted to share a memory from her birthday and didn't anticipate the avalanche of commentary. Deleting the photos might have been her or her team's way of damage control, but ironically, that only made them spread faster. Classic internet moment, right? What I do respect, though, is how Eunbi keeps pushing forward despite all the chatter. She's proven time and time again that she knows how to command a stage and keep people talking. Whether you're a fan or a critic, you can't deny she has presence. And that presence is exactly why these debates keep happening. So now it's your turn. Do you see Eunbi as being unfairly judged here? Or do you think she's facing the natural consequences of her performance choices? I'm really curious how you all view this because I think this is one of those stories where opinions will be completely split. And of course, join the discussion in the comments. I'll be checking them out and maybe even replying to some. This has been AnnyeongBuzz, and as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, stay happy, stay positive, and keep buzzing with love for K-pop.